Hello there, my name is MrSmartDonkey. Welcome back to another episode of Cannon Fodder. So last time we left off, we had a look at the Gorabul hero unit, and today we're going to have a look at the Centigors of throwing axes. We haven't really done many ranged cavalry units in this series. I think we had the Outriders with grenade launchers a long time ago. It was one of the first episodes, I think. But after that, I don't think I ever really did any ranged cavalry anymore. It didn't actually go too well on that one. And I can't imagine these guys are going to make it either. But it'd be interesting to see how well they do regardless. So we'll jump into the battle and we'll see you guys there. As always, we will have a quick look at the unit itself before we jump in. So, yeah, I think I've seen these units before in my campaign, but I never really... it was only like one unit or something. They were one of my Brayhurst units, so I didn't really pay attention to them too much. But yeah, they've got essentially a spear in their one hand for their melee attacks, and then a throwing axe in their other hand. I think their ammo is 15, which isn't too bad. Yep, their range is pretty crap. They're essentially like a pistolier unit, except they do armor piercing damage. I think a more fair comparison actually is the chaos units, the whatever they were called, that throws whatever as well. There's two types. There's the regular one that throws un-armor piercing weapons, or weapons that aren't armor piercing, I believe, and then there's the one that throws armor piercing stuff, I believe. I can't even remember. Maybe there's only one. Regardless, it's more comparable to that one, but I can't remember its name. So let's go with pistoliers anyway. So it's pistolier but armor piercing, and for some reason they're playing defensive for now. I think it's going to probably take a while, this battle, because I imagine what's going to happen is very similar to that previous one. There's going to be a lot of skirmishing going on. The enemy, or the AI, I guess, just skirmishing the hell out of the zombies for the longest possible time. Are we going to see some throws here? Let's catch these guys' this perspective of an axe to the face. Are they not in range yet? Surely. Oh, here we go. I remember... in Attila, Total War Attila, you've got, I can't remember what units there were, but there's several units that have throwing axes as their weapons as well. I think it was like the northern factions, like the Viking factions, Viking forefather factions, I should say. Some of them had throwing weapons as well. Oh, I think the problem here is, by the way, that these guys' range is so shit that they keep walking into range and then immediately leaving it again because they're in skirmish mode. Oh, that's going to be great. Anyway, I remember some units had throwing axes and they absolutely obliterated the enemy with them. It's absolutely insane. Okay, I've got Kazarek off his mount once again because that seemed to work out quite well in the previous episode. Got some buffs going on. Yeah, these guys, even when they're in range, when they're walking away, they're not throwing their axes. So this might take a very long time just for the fact that these guys aren't actually using their weapons at all. Oh, here you go. They're throwing a little bit from the side here. Looks like some of them are just bouncing off, not really doing a whole lot. Obviously, a lot of them are missing because his units are scattered. Oh, man. Oh, my God. That guy just took two in the face. Well, in the neck, really. Oh, shit. Okay, this looks pretty brutal. Oh, my God. He just, like... I love throwing axes. They're great. This guy's got one in his leg. He's actually stumping around. Is that because it's, like, he's just a zombie? Or is that because he's got an axe in his... Surely it's because he's just a zombie. That's just how he walks. But it looks like he's just, like... His leg is just... His muscles torn and stuff. And he's trying to keep up with his mates. But he's having a very hard time because there's a freaking axe in his leg. That's great. I don't think it's because of that. I'm pretty sure it's just because he's a zombie. And that's just standard animation, but it looked really sick. Alright, can you just throw your axes when you're walking away? Because you're clearly in range to throw your axes. Just do it. Apparently also, these guys, I don't know how that works exactly, but they're like ambidextrous or something, because they can throw as well. They can throw with their left hand as well as they could with their right hand, I guess, because they have got their throwing axes in their left hand and then the spears in their right hand. I would imagine you would just keep your spear in your left hand until the time comes that you have to use it in melee, and then you'd switch it to your right hand. But hey, I'm not a Centigor. Who am I to say? Also, for some reason, I hadn't really realized this yet, but these guys are essentially centaurs. They're like half man, half horse. Well, I guess they're a half beast man, half horse. But a beast man is technically a beast and a man combined already. So they're like quarter man, quarter beast, and half horse, but a horse is technically a beast, so they're like quarter man, 3/4 beast. Is that accurate? Please, someone who knows the Warhammer lore, let me know if that's at all accurate or not. It sounds pretty accurate, but hey, I don't know. Oh, they're going in for melee. Man, I caught that one just in time then. They're a pretty decent melee unit, in fact. I mean, the regular Centigors are obviously a little bit better, but these guys aren't bad. Their armor is really low. But on the price side of things, I believe the regular Centigors are like 800. And Black Knights, for example, the Vampire Counts units are 700. Yeah, 700. So the regular Centigors, not these ones, these are even more expensive. But the regular Centigors are more expensive than the Black Knights. I would like to see them in melee to see which one would actually win that fight. Because the regular Black Knights do have 70 armor, I believe, whereas the... is it more than that? No, I think it's 70 or something like that anyway. And the Centigors have 35, so they've got half the armor that the Black Knights do. Sorry, the Black Knights do. And these guys are a little bit more expensive. They're obviously a little worse in melee, but not too much worse. They don't have a shield, whereas the regular Centigors do. And these guys obviously have a ranged weapon to make up for that, so they cost a little more. They're less defensive, but they're more offensive from a range, and then they're not that much worse in melee. Anyway, I really should triple speed this battle, because this is going to take absolutely forever the way it's going right now. These guys have thrown about 2 of their axes. It looks like that's generally what's going on. At some point they're going to reach the edge of the map though, and they're not going to be able to skirmish anymore. This unit's already lost a whole bunch. I guess this unit charged in there before and doing it again and then immediately going out again. Now these guys are in melee here. Yeah, I think the problem with these guys is like I would have to control them myself, but even when I do that myself it would be very difficult to do because there's just way too much stuff to pay attention to. Alright, Call Friends can't get target or anything anyway, but let's just send them over there just because. Oh man, they're almost... This unit's almost starting to think about crumbling perhaps, but a quick charge in the rear might do something. Oh, here we go. Some axes being flung again. Yeah, I think the problem is the 55 range. I actually had a discussion with Devin about this at some point. Oh, they're crumbling. That's the problem with Pistoliers and now these units as well, and any unit has the 55 range, like range camp units that have 55 range, is that the skirmish mode activates probably at around 50 range or so. So when like they're just getting into range to fire, obviously the 55 is like these guys would be in range, but the back ones wouldn't be yet. So once they get into range, they're like, oh shit, we gotta get the fuck out of here because they're too close. That was a good volley right there, though. So they before these guys actually get a chance to fire, they're already gone again because they are too close to the skirmish essentially. So the skirmish like makes them run away again. So the problem with these units is that they essentially can never really do anything that they want to do if they're on skirmish mode, which the AI obviously uses because it's the AI. Although you'd think that obviously because it's the AI they could control them themselves, but no, the AI is not that good. Come on, it's CA. What'd you think? But yeah, so not really a particularly amazing showcase of these units, but to be fair, I'm still just impressed with that one guy who had an axe in his thigh and was walking around, or like he's running after the rest of his units, trying to catch up. That guy is just going to be in my mind forever as a legendary axe-receiving zombie. But, oh, it looks like a unit here is just charged in and is getting somewhat surrounded. Oh wow, yeah, there's nothing. This unit is definitely not going to be escaping. There's a lot of dead Centigors on the floor as well. I mean, like I said, they only have 35 armor. I'm pretty sure their HP isn't particularly high either. It's like 1,000 left, so that's probably about 5,000 or so. That's actually not too bad. They've got 60 men in each unit, which is relatively small. I mean, it's a cav unit, so it makes sense. They don't have more than 60. But yeah, they're not going to last very long in melee. Their melee stats aren't particularly high, but the fact that the 35 armor, that's just the biggest thing. Ooh, there's actually some fights going on around here. This guy's probably going to start firing soon here. Oh yes. I want to see if these guys are getting hit by friendly fire and receiving axes in their bodies here. I don't see any yet, but it can only, like, there's no way that they didn't. There's definitely axes overflying. Yeah, look at that. There must be some axes in these guys' back, right? I don't see any, but definitely looked like these guys were overhitting it a little bit, overcooking their axe throws. These like animations, they're trying to throw, but they're not really like sure. This guy just pulled out a new one from his. Well, honestly, I don't know. Where did you pull that axe from? Oh, there you go. That's impressive. I'm not sure where he pulled that from, but sure. Let's say he's got a whole bunch. He's just got a satchel in here somewhere. Who knows? He's like a kangaroo. Let's go with that. These guys might actually start crumbling. There might be a few units that die here. I don't think they're gonna make it. I'm fairly confident they're not gonna make it. These guys are getting towards the edge of the map here, but it looks like they've been caught in melee already and they're just fighting their way through now, so let's have a cheeky peek at that. Nice spear stabs though. It does look pretty pretty nice. Not a whole bunch of... not too many flying units here. Like, no zombies being pushed back and flying all over, across the map. Oh, this general's over here as well, actually. That's not... These type of units aren't really made for that. They're not... I mean, they're good on the impact on the charge, just like any other cav unit, really. But their charge bonus isn't particularly amazing. I mean, it's actually not terrible. They've got a decent speed as well, which really helps in that. But the regular melee, they're just, yeah, they're not amazing. Not gonna last very long. It looks like, yeah, these guys are now cleared up. And I think I saw some, yeah, I think that might be these fellas over here. Not sure if it's all of these guys. There was like 2 units over there left. Is there anything else over here? Doesn't look like it. Holding down the spacebar. Oh, I was gonna say, what the fuck's someone doing over there? But that's call friends, of course. We got, oh right, the general. He's just having a lovely old time over here. There's some dead Centigors next to him as well, but he's probably having a grand time overall. Oh, caught half that charge there. Not too impressive. They're sort of charging uphill here as well, so that's not helping. These guys are throwing some axes. Surely this guy's going to take one in the back at some point. Come on, take an axe in the back. Oh, well, I don't know what that was. He was like he's stumbling. I'm not sure if it was because he received an axe. Yeah, he had an axe. Yeah, see that right there? That axe right there. He got hit by a mate. Or maybe it was a long time... Oh my god, that guy went flying. Oh, also an axe. He's still got... oh, he's in his arm. It's okay. He doesn't have a head though, so... So he's decapitated, and he's got an axe in his arm, which has just disappeared. That's too bad. This guy's got one in the shoulder. Oh, he just got hit again. He got flung that way. And the other guy who had an axe... I don't know where he went. I think he's dead. I do love the axes. They just got such a great impact. It's awesome. There's a whole bunch of units here, actually. There's like 3 units. And that unit is almost dead. Let's actually press K real quick, because then it like loads up all the units. There's the general over here. Looks like... Honestly, they're doing alright. I don't think they're going to make it, but there's a lot of crumbling going on. If somehow they would manage to kill the general, that would be pretty good. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the only problem is that they... Like, we may as well have tested the regular Centigor unit, because these guys, they haven't really flung any axes. I mean, we've seen a little bit of it, and it's been the best part of it, to be honest. But we haven't seen we haven't seen enough. They're just not good at throwing axes because of their shitty range and the skirmish mode, the way it works. So that's too bad. But, and the fact that they've been triple speeding well, actually not most of it. We've been triple speeding for a while, and we're already quite far into this. Oh. These guys surely... Yep, that guy got taken the fuck out. He's got one in there. I'm not sure if this one was in him as well. There's another one right there, just underneath. Oh, and one in his leg. Yeah, he definitely got hit by 2... There was one right there that just disappeared. He got hit by 2 or 3 axes. And then he got trampled as well, just to make things even worse. Just to make matters even worse. He got trampled just to top it all off. This is great. They're probably throwing axes into the back of these guys now. Let's see if we can see if we can see any of these die, I was going to say, but then... These guys started crumbling and disintegrating. They're picking them off one by one. I don't know. I don't find it likely they're gonna make it, but they're holding on a long time. I was honestly expecting them to die, or like to rout much faster in melee. After like losing this amount of HP, I would have expected them to be long gone. But they're remaining. Not for much longer, but they are for now. It's not bad. And these guys over here, together with the general, clearing up unit after unit. I mean, they're losing some men over time, but... And these guys are about to disintegrate as well. There you go. That's like 5 or 6 units they cleared up here in the last few minutes. That's pretty good. Oh, now they're going the wrong way, though. Looks like these 3 units are going this way to help out with this group, which is okay, but the general's going this way. He's leading the way, and no one's following him. Some might say that perhaps he isn't a particularly good general if no one's following him, but hey. Oh, it looks like 1 unit followed him. Okay, so 2 of them went this way. One of them almost getting there. I wonder if he's going to charge in or just throw axes. Looks like they're thinking about throwing axes. And they got caught in melee. And they charged in the last second. And there's the other unit over here somewhere. Who is doing the same tactic? No, he's actually sprinting away a little bit. Okay, so the general is in melee now. This unit's... I think it was... Yeah, it's just skirmishing. He was trying to get enough range to start throwing again. Oh my word, what is happening here? This unit's been skirmishing for absolutely ages as well. It's actually got caught again, but surely they'll be able to beat this one zombie unit Question is, will it be able to beat that one as well? Because they are a lot more healthy. This one is probably going to disintegrate very shortly. I should find out where the enemy general is as well. He was walking around here a while ago. It looks like they finally cleared up those units that were there. And this one is running away. And so is that one. I think it's just skirmishing. No idea where the actual general is here. Let's have a quick look. Oh, it's not actually... Okay, that's interesting. When I hold spacebar like this, it doesn't tell me. But when I... Oh, it doesn't tell me like this either. Wait, did they all just die? No, they're right there. Yeah, they're just hidden. It just won't tell me, I guess. Okay. Because it is an actual battle. But I would like to know where the general is. Looks like they cleared this up. So there's just one unit over here now, and then there's a whole bunch of units in the forest there. I think they'll be able to win this one, surely. Unless they somehow rout. Nah, they're going to win this. They actually are pushing them back a decent bit. Like, every time they smash, just a few of them run away. Nice. They're gone. I don't know. I think I called it a little bit early. I think they actually are going to make it. It's a bit of a grind, and there's definitely a lot more than these 3 units, or they would have already routed. That guy, that had a routing image above it. That's weird. These guys don't rout. I guess this is a disintegrating image. Yeah. I think they're going to make it. Surely. There's a whole bunch of units coming out here now. If somehow the game still doesn't want to tell me about it. There we go. Oh yeah, a whole bunch of units here actually. But there's a lot of disintegrating going on. Look at that. I think that's it. Is that it? That's it. They made it. A Pyrrhic victory. Oh my god. How much do they have left? That was insane. They have about a third of their units left. The enemy a lot less, obviously. So, oh, Kazarek about the same kills as he got last time, I think. Units. Oh man, this guy only got 87, but besides that, they're all pretty decent. Some of them a lot higher than others, like some of them 200s, other 4 and 500s, but generally fairly average, except for this guy. This unit very healthy still, and all the other ones essentially dead. I mean, some of them were okay-ish, but a lot of death there. That was pretty sick. I actually didn't expect them to make that. That was pretty well done. So good on them. That's going to be that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Next time, I'm not sure if I'm going to do another Beastman unit. Maybe I will. There's still plenty I want to do, but I should maybe diversify a little bit. Have some look at some other units again as well at some point, but we'll see. Until then, have a good day and goodbye.